it's almost like I've constructed like over the last 8 to 9, 10 years, my aesthetic, my personality, my vibe to just attract me girls that solely want to date non-exclusively.
In other words, you're a walking red flag.
In other words, I just like red flags everywhere, dude. It's actually funny because usually when I do want to date girls, they tell me all the time, like, you give me so many red fucking flags. And I'm like, it's good, baby. I'm just trying to attract you. Colors. I'm peacocking.
So welcome to the Wingman Podcast, episode 3. Here's your host, Matt Levine, professional photographer. And I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Justin Marc.
What is up,
International dating coach.
Bloody is Justin Marc. How you guys doing?
Okay, I'm actually excited for today. So we decided that today we're going to choose a topic that we want to talk about. What is the topic, Justin?
I don't know. I haven't even decided what yet.
No, we were thinking about a topic. So,
you know what's crazy? When it comes to content creation, anything can be an inspiration. And the thing is, me and Matt could talk forever about anything related to dating, relationships, psychology, business, girls, pulling, fun, and being a good wingman. And so I pretty much jumped on Instagram Live, and I'm asking the audience here, what are some good topics? Ask anything that you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it. Someone just asked me, what are the topics to talk about on a date / get to know the girl better when you're on a date with a beautiful woman? So that's actually a really good question. I think that's a fantastic question. What do you usually talk about when you're on a date, Matt?
Politics and religion.
Oh yeah, dude. Number one, what I usually talk about on a date is how
much I love Donald Trump.
Yeah, I was going to say how much I love Trump. I talk about anything political. I talk about how racism is a myth. I talk about the wage gap isn't real, especially if you're talking to a woman.
Our opinions on feminism.
I talk about how feminism is toxic, cancerous to society. And I also talk about Black Lives Matter.
It's funny, we're half joking, but we actually do talk about those things.
Half the time, I actually say, like, if the girl's annoying me, especially, I like trigger her, or like I just like to make things exciting. But like, it's never.
Honestly,
never good when you talk about that shit.
No, it's never good. But I think it's a good way to kind of like test if a girl takes herself seriously.
I agree with that.
If she can like tolerate me joking about that, I feel like she passed the test. Yeah.
Makes sense.
If we make those sarcastic jokes about like politics, then and she laughs, I already like her.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was hanging out with a girl early this year. Okay, I actually met her from Tinder, and this is way early in the year. It's like during COVID stay-at-home orders in February. It was fucking craziness. Crazy to think that was like early this year, man. It's been such a crazy, fucked up like past year, and she was trying to persuade me and convince me that it's okay. Not just that it's okay, that I'm transphobic if I don't hook up with transsexuals because I'm not allowed to have a preference. And like me and this girl, we were like friends with benefits, and we were like arguing. This girl was literally arguing with me, pretty much telling me if I am if not open-minded to hooking up with transgendered women, I am transphobic. And I feel like that was like the breaking point of our relationship dynamic. And after that, like, because we disagreed on the topic so heavily, she didn't really want to, like, we kind of just stopped seeing each other. You know what I mean?
Hooked up with her though, right?
No, we hooked up. Dude, we were hooking up for like almost 2 months.
Interesting.
We'd see each other like once, twice a week. And then we kind of just stopped seeing each other because we had different political views on things.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Some girls have really strong values, and I don't know, when you trigger that, then I don't know.
It kind of fucked my head up though, because like this girl was pretty much trying to like, and her argument logically made sense too. It like made a lot of sense. Like the way she was framing it, 'cause she just believed in what she was saying so fully that I was like, oh, I kind of see your point, but it's like, I also feel like you're gaslighting me. You know what I mean? It's like she was like persuading me to like be like, oh yeah, like I'm transphobic if I don't hook up with women who are trans. Like it's like I'm not allowed to have a preference. I'm transphobic for having a preference. Is like literally what I was feeling. I was like, what the fuck? But the whole point is like, yeah, like try not to talk about politics and religion on a fucking date.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I just do it for fun. Oh, I can actually tell a story about how I ended up hooking up with a girl that disagreed with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I love Donald Trump. Like,
Okay.
I genuinely love Donald Trump. I've read all his books. Even before he ran president, I've always been a fan because I read a lot of business books and I loved his books about having a positive thinking and stuff like that. So I really believed in him as a businessman. So when he ran for president, I think it was around that time when he ran for president, I'm like, cool. Like, I really like this guy. Like, I fully trust him more than whoever he was competing with. And then I told that to the girl that, okay, so it was a girl that I met on a bus on my way home. I think I was like 19. And we hit it off on the bus. So I asked her out on a date. So we went on a date. And I told her, hey, I love like what's going on in the election. Like, I love Donald Trump. Like, I really hope he wins. And this girl got so triggered. She's like, fuck him. He's racist, blah, blah, blah. And just went on for like the first 10 minutes of us like on a date. She just went off. Like, we just argued. Like, we full on argued. And I feel like we reached a point where we kind of like, damn, like we looked at each other and we're like, we're not going to get along. Like the vibe was dead. It wasn't sexual at all. There wasn't like any passion.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And we both kind of looked at each other like, yo, like, fuck, like we both committed to this date. And I'm like, I knew there was a festival going on. So I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll just like ask this girl to come with me to the festival and I'll go pick up chicks there or something and like ditch her. So we ended up going to the festival by the beach. And this girl told me that she actually lived super close to it. So, okay, cool. It's actually more convenient to go there. So we ended up hanging out. By the way, we took an Uber on the way to the beach, the festival. We didn't speak at all. It was the most awkward it was the most awkward car ride I've ever had. And even when we got to the festival, we didn't really talk much. It was so weird. I was so uncomfortable. Like, I did not like this girl. But she was like really pretty. So like I was kind of confused. Like, do I still go for it? And I can tell that she like felt the same way. So when we were hanging out, I just remember her asking out of nowhere. Like, it was like maybe like a 1 minute of silence. We're just staring in the water. She's like, I just live like right there. Do you want to like come back to my place?
So she just asked you to come back to her place.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, is this girl gonna murder me or something? It was like, that was the vibe. It wasn't even sexual. So we ended up going to her place. And when we got there, we go straight to the room. And it was awkward, very awkward. Offered me a drink. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And she like sat on the bed and I was next to her. And I'm like, cool, I don't know what to do. I'm so uncomfortable. And then she went in for the kiss.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, think about this logically too, right? You're holding your belief system, even though this girl fucking passionately hates Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You were centered in reality. You were demonstrating, well, I don't really give a fuck what you think or say.
Yeah.
I, believe in what I believe in. Like, politics aside, that's very attractive, right? You're not falling to her frame. And on top of all that, she might logically not like you, but just be attracted to you. So in her head, she's like, all right, I can't get any like emotional value to this guy, but I can get at least like sexual value to this guy.
Yeah, honestly.
No, seriously.
It gets awkward. It gets even more awkward. So basically what happens is we ended up hooking up and it was literally the worst sex of my life. It was so bad that I couldn't get hard. And also I just didn't like her. Like, I just didn't like her vibe. It was just like, you're attractive like physically, but like your vibe, I feel like we're just going to fight. We're just going to disagree on like everything. And then I remember we were having sex for maybe like 10 minutes. And then while in the middle of it, she just like gets up, didn't say anything. Like in the middle of it, I didn't finish. So she just gets up, puts her pants back on and stands by the door without saying a word. And I'm just like, okay, like, so I did the same thing and I kind of just walked out.
Dude, that's so weird.
Like, we didn't say anything to each other. And I didn't feel no ways. For the first time in my life, I felt like used.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and it was Valentine's Day too, so it was kind of like...
Oh, dude, that makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah.
She wanted a Valentine's Day hookup because she didn't want to be alone on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know what's actually insane? So this girl I was telling you about who was trying to persuade me into, trying to tell me I'm transphobic if I don't hook up with transgendered women or whatever. I actually met her on Valentine's Day as well. And so it sounds like it's a very similar thing where it's like a lot of times, you know, the girl's not necessarily into your personality. You're just a good looking dude. She wants to hook up with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
True.
It's interesting because it's like, it's funny because I was actually trying to set up almost a relationship dynamic with this chick, but she didn't even want to. She just wanted dick.
To be honest,
You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure she has a boyfriend.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it.
I'm pretty sure like 90% sure that she has a boyfriend.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, dude. Well, it is what it is. It's part of the game. It's what you signed up for when you decided to, be a part of this shit. Someone actually commented saying, man, if a girl's too logical and confrontational, I know it's not going to work out. And it's actually true, right? Because it's like, you could even still end up hooking up with her, but it's just like you have nothing in common, right? So it's like, almost like, what's the point?
Well, that's why it's okay. Let's go back to the topics that we want to talk about, right? Because I've coached guys also. And what I tell the guys that I coach when it comes to topics is make it topics that's super simple and everybody understands. Like literally, like Justin, you've heard me talk to girls. What do I talk about? I don't talk about deep stuff. I talk about like what's her favorite thing to get at McDonald's.
Yeah, literally.
Like literally. I think I went on for like 10 minutes one time talking about chicken nuggets, how much I love spicy chicken nuggets.
I literally remember I was with you outside of the club area, and we walked over to a McDonald's, and you're just talking to girls who are like ordering food at the pickup window, and you're just like talking about how like you literally went on a rant about like about the jalapeno chicken nuggets and how they're really good, but they're not that good, and I'm like, what the fuck?
But because understanding that women are all about emotions, right? It's not really about the topics. In fact, the deeper you go when it comes to conversation, I feel like the lesser, I don't know, that it's just not a good topic to go. Like I have students that are very intellectual. They're super smart and they talk about their favorite books and shit like that. I'm like, yo, like I've been doing game for 8 years. Like I don't talk about that shit. I've read probably way more books than the girls that I talk to, but I don't bring it up.
Because it's not relatable.
Yeah, it's not relatable. What's it called? The relatable retard. You want to be a relatable retard. The topics that you want to talk about has to be just fun, super easy to relate to.
Makes sense.
Like literally, it's like, what's your favorite rapper? Like, you know, that's literally the types of question I ask.
You know what's funny? So when I'm trying to make moves on a girl and I want to like, you know, close the deal, hit a home run, I have 2 questions I ask the girl. What's your favorite color? And then they'll be like, oh, it's like purple. I'm like, oh my God, that's so crazy. Why? And they'll just tell me why they like their favorite color. I'm like, oh, cool. Right. And then I'll tell them my favorite color. I'm like, yeah, my favorite color is blue because it's like such a deep color and, you know, whatever reason I like blue. And then I'll also ask them, what's your best childhood memory? Half the time, they're like, I don't have one. They'll be like, what's your worst childhood memory? Right. And that's it. It's just like those 2 questions.
They're very emotional.
Yeah, they're deep. They're deep emotional questions as well, right?
Yeah.
But they're also very non-logical questions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you can really get into it. And it builds the comfort and the familiarity really, really quickly because you're able to just, you know, build that vibe instantly based off those questions.
Yeah, it's all about the vibe when it comes to talking to girls.
It's all about the vibes.
So the simpler the topics that you use, the better.
You almost have to like dumb it down because like, I feel like, you know, when it comes to dating, dating is a very in the moment, emotional, you know, experience.
All right. This might sound kind of like condescending, but like the topics that I use when I'm talking to girls, I just imagine I'm like talking to like a 4-year-old. I'm not saying that girls are like 4-year-olds, but when it comes to topics, easily understood, I dumb it down so much.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's almost like you got to act like you're a 4-year-old.
Yeah. I definitely act like a 4-year-old. I talk like a 4-year-old.
Usually when I'm on a date or I'm like in a super like intimate vibe with a girl, I just like act really, really, really fucking
to get more specific, literally, I just ask the questions, do you like blank? Like, and it's like, could be random. Do you like games? Do you like video games? Do you like plants?
Do you like plants? What's your favorite plants?
Yeah.
I love ficuses.
I love rice plants.
Rice plants. Nice.
Yeah. Because rice is my favorite food. What's your favorite food?
So you just make it really simple and really dumb.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
What's your favorite sport?
It's interesting. Yeah, you could pretty much ask them anything. Like you don't really need
whatever
to even,
you're curious about.
Yeah, straight up. You know what's even crazier? You don't really have to talk about anything.
Yeah.
Once you're already comfortable with each other. You know, you know what's crazy? The first 20 minutes of any date could be earlier, maybe in the first like few minutes. The first couple minutes are maybe supposed to be the most awkward, but they matter the most and they're most important because that kind of sets the frame. So usually what I'll do is the moment I'm hanging out with a girl, the moment I meet up with a girl, I just share whatever my most recent story is. I might even talk about like my Uber Eats that just came that morning. Mm-hmm. I might talk about some crazy story that happened yesterday. I'll just talk about the last 24 to 48 hours, like while I'm in the elevator, bringing them upstairs to my house or whatever.
Girls love talking about food.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And then, and here's a pretty good like day tip in general is just like bust out the tequila, bust out the drinks, right? Because oftentimes the girl's feeling nervous. And so like the quicker you get a couple drinks, like calm the nerves, everything's cool. I'm saying everything. Cause like the girl's excited to meet you. She's eager to meet you. She wants to get to know you. She wants to see if you guys vibe on that personal level. Right?
It's kind of weird. They don't even have to drink it. Most of my dates, like, and I offer drinks, they don't even drink it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
It's just like...
It depends on how comfortable she is, right?
Yeah.
Usually drinking isn't about wanting to get drunk. It's usually about, you know, how nervous and anxious you are in that relationship dynamic, social dynamic situation. How to convince a girl to be non-exclusive? I actually really like that question. So...
Wow. We're about to go off. Oh,
that's fucking God. Woo! Let's go, baby. Dude, Matt. How do you know what's crazy? If you're coming from the frame of I need to convince a girl to be non-exclusive, you've already lost.
Yeah,
you almost already lost because it's almost like your vibe should attract that. You know the biggest issue I have right now in my dating life? The biggest issue I have is most of the girls I hook up with don't want to date exclusively. It's almost like I've constructed, like over the last 8, 9, 10 years, my aesthetic, my personality, my vibe to just attract me girls or attract me dating partners that solely want to date non-exclusively.
In other words, you're a walking red flag.
In other words, I just like red flags everywhere, dude. It's actually funny because usually when I do want to date girls, they tell me all the time, they're like, you give me so many red fucking flags. And I'm like, it's good, baby. I'm just trying to attract you with colors. I'm peacocking. I'm using different
the color red.
Not even just red flag. I got the purple flags, I got the yellow flags, I got the blue flags. I got
a rainbow flag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all kinds of flags going out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be as colorful as possible. All the flags of the fucking rainbow. You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead.
And so that way you're attracting girls who are attracted to your red flags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it's
the girls
interesting.
Who are here for a good time, not a long time.
That's it. I feel like oftentimes when it comes to dating, I'm like the placeholder in between girls' relationships. It's like when a girl breaks up with her boyfriend before she gets in her next relationship, I'm that guy in between. I'm the rebound guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm perfectly fucking okay with that. Look, I've had
you're the guy that doesn't count.
Does it count? when like her like future boyfriend asks her like, yo, who's this guy? And she's like, oh, just a friend. Just a friend.
He's a gay friend.
he's my gay friend from college. She's like, no, what? I don't want to college with her. What? I've even like pulled girls by telling them, just tell your friends I'm gay. Just tell your friends I'm gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny as hell. Super fucking funny.
But that was a very accurate like answer because you were really good at that. I need to be more like that because girls want to date me.
That's the issue though, right? It's like I've trained myself to be that guy. Trained myself to be the guy where it's like, shit, I just want fucking... I don't want girls to date me, but now I'm at a point where I'm like, shit, I do want girls to date me. When it actually happens, when girls are like, oh, be my boyfriend or date me exclusively, it is fucking super annoying. It is actually like legitimately super annoying, right? Because like, shit, gotta do my thing. When I date girls, it's like, I'm like subconsciously fucking being that guy who will like trigger them to not want to date. You know what I'm saying? But you also have to come from a frame of like setting the frame. Like if every girl you're hooking up with is trying to put you in a frame of, hey, let's date, you got to kind of screen them from the very beginning, being like, hey, look, I don't date like exclusively. We can date. However, I'm not just going to date you exclusively. I'm not like, I'm pimp's got pimp. I got to do my thing. And you kind of let her know.
Just being honest in the beginning.
Just being honest from the very beginning. Oftentimes I hook up with girls and they're trying to set the frame of like dating me. I just let them know I'm like, baby, I just like to fuck bitches. Are you bisexual? Let's hook up girls together. Let's pull threes together. That's like almost that's the first thing I do anytime I hook up with a girl.
Do you like girls?
I just ask them, I'm like, do you like girls? When I hook up with a girl, I usually just ask them like, do you like girls? Right? And if they're like, no, I'm like, oh shit, I only like girls who like girls. Usually I tell them. And oftentimes they'll tell you if they're like open to experimentation, stuff like that. Now, here's an issue with that though, right? It's like you are pushing those girls away from the very beginning. So it's like you're almost like setting up the vibe to be like a one-night stand type vibe where it's like you might not even see these girls again.
Yeah. But the thing is with that, if you do have that vibe, you sleep with them faster.
You do sleep with them faster.
They don't make you wait.
But they're probably not going to see you again. Or they probably only hook up with you a handful of times until they find like another dude who they're more emotionally attracted to.
Yeah, it depends. You can play it this way, right? You can play it like kind of like the you can play it as a guy, like as like a fuckboy, right up until you hook up with her, and then you can switch the frame right away. You can act more of like a guy she'd want to date. You can like have a deeper conversation with her or something, and then.
When I want to date a girl, I usually do get her by doing that. So here's a great example of this, right? My main chick right now, I hadn't seen her in years. It had been like 3 fucking years since I'd last seen her, right? And I wanted to set that frame. So immediately we both went to that frame of like trying to set up like we're trying to date, right? But it also depends where you meet these girls, right? If you're meeting them on like a Bumble, maybe they're looking for fucking a boyfriend. But if you meet them on Tinder, they're looking for a hookup. If you meet them from a nightclub, they're probably just looking for a dude to hook up for the night. If you meet them in the bookstore, they're probably more open to having a boyfriend. So it depends on where you meet the girl and where she's at in life and what kind of dynamic she is hoping that you set. So we'll get to that. So Matt, let me ask you, how do you set the frame of wanting to like be open in that open relationship dynamic?
Like honestly, the same exact way you do it. I just give off a very fuckboy frame. It's like just like a walking red flag. Simple as that.
You just walk around being a red flag?
Like a red flag.
You just make her feel like, wow, this guy is going to break my heart.
It's like, hey, do I give you any red flags? If they say yes, I'm like, yeah, like I've already won.
I mean, if that's your goal. If that's your goal.
If that's your goal. But that's not the case with every girl, right? Some girls I'd want to date, for sure.
That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, some girls you want to date, some girls you don't want to date. You kind of just got to pick and choose and figure out which girls you want to set that frame with. Mm-hmm. What girls do you want to set that dynamic with?
Let's ask answer Riri's question.
My homegirl, Irina, what's up, baby? What's up, Irina? Yo, we should get Irina on the podcast. But
Can we do live? Can we do live?
Yeah, we could totally do live. Irina, you should join. She joined the podcast right now. So she asked a great question. Hey, yo, Irina, what's up?
Holy shit.
Can you hear us?
Hey, Irina, what's going on?
Welcome to the Wingman podcast. So you had a great question, Irina. Your question was, how do you get a guy to ask more questions about you instead of talking about themselves so much? So that's probably an issue a lot of guys have is they just talk about themselves so much instead of getting the girl to open up about her. Mm-hmm. Well, by the way, you look really cute right now, just letting you know. But so my question for you, Irina, is like, what? Can you give me an example? Has this happened to you on dates? Have you hung out with guys and they just talk about themselves the whole time?
I think what I do is I just let guys talk more about themselves, but there comes a certain point during the date where you want the attention to be drawn back to you, where they kind of go with the flow of the conversation and gear it more towards them. Mm-hmm. Instead of realizing that there's more than one person in the conversation.
Is it a turnoff to you that when guys do that?
It depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on who you're talking to. Well, I mean, Irina, I remember hanging out with you and you were just asking me questions the entire fucking time about myself. And you know what's crazy that made me really into you. That made me like really like, wow, this girl's super fucking cool. Right. And so it's actually a bit of a power move when you get people to just talk about themselves. It makes them feel comfortable around you. And the issue with that is, think about this. As a guy on a date, right? If the girl's just asking you about yourself the whole time, it's going to make you feel comfortable with her, but it's not going to make her feel comfortable. It's going to make her feel like, okay, I understand this guy, but it's not going to necessarily make her feel more open and comfortable with you. So as a guy, if you want a woman to like you should ask her questions about her life. Get her to talk about herself, right? Get her to like feel into her inner narcissist and just share who the fuck she is, right? And that automatically makes her be like, oh my God, this guy gets me, right? So it's almost actually like a power move to do so, right? And so I think I mean, you're a woman asking that question. You can't really, there's no answer to that question because it depends on the guy, right? It depends on if the guy's open to hearing you out. It's almost like because if you go into a frame of trying to battle him, right, and try to like share about yourself and he's not interested in listening to you, you're going to feel frustrated. So it's more.
Well, the question is asked, how do you get them?
Ask more questions about me.
How do you get them to ask more questions? I don't know. I feel like if a girl, I'm just like trying to flip the roles here. If a girl talks way too much about herself, first of all, I don't mind because she's doing kind of like she's doing the work for me. I'm fine taking the passive role, but if she does it way too much, then I don't know. I call her out on it. It's like, hey, like you talk too much. And even like sometimes with you, like you talk a lot more than I do. I just kind of like approach you in a way like, hey, Justin, like I feel like we need to make it more like a 50-50. Like, why don't you ask me questions? Yeah,
so you can straight up to answer that question, like, and this is for any guy or any girl who experiences this, you can just call them out on it.
Yeah, call them out. Just be honest. It's people you're talking to, you know? If they're a mature enough person, they'll appreciate that. And if they like you enough, they'll actually do what you want them to do, which is to try to get to know you.
With anything in social dynamics, like for example, anytime you're in some sort of situation, you can call out the elephant in the room. Just to, you think it make it awkward, but it doesn't. It actually makes it more relatable. A lot.
Justin does that very well. I feel like any time you like you notice something that you don't like or that you like, you just say it out loud. Yep. It's like, I don't like this, I don't like that, and people respect you a lot when you do that.
Yeah,
because you're speaking your mind.
It builds authority, right? It actually builds authority in the dynamic as well.
Or the trick I like to do is sometimes I get uncomfortable when calling the elephant in the room. I ask, hey, like, can I say something? You talk too much. You know, I like kind of like get them mentally prepared. Hey, can I say something? And then they're like, what? Okay, like, can we make this more like a 50-50? Because as much as I want to get to know about you, like I want you to get to know me. And I think that's a really good place to start.
It's a great way to handle it.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Right. Usually I try to go off of whatever they say and I relate it back to an experience that I already have so I can kind of generate some sort of curiosity and get them to focus a bit more attention on me instead of talking more about themselves. So I think that's a more...
Honestly, some guys are just bad with talking to girls.
More of a direct approach. I'm thinking more about indirectly for women because women tend to not be so comfortable being direct.
Yeah, oftentimes women are a little bit uncomfortable being direct. And I mean, I think that's where everyone can benefit by, you know, breaking the stereotype of what, you know, is socially acceptable and unacceptable. You fucking win. You end up being in the top. Like, think of this. If you want to get in the top 1% of income, you must do things that the other 99% of people don't do. If you want to become the top 1% of social skills and social dynamics, you must also do things that the other 99% of people don't do.
I mean, there's some truth to what we're talking about, that girls are less confident than guys in most cases, not all the time, because some girls are very confident. Even Jordan Peterson talks about how girls are guys are usually more assertive and they just have like less fear when it comes to that kind of stuff. So like, yeah, if you're a girl, you just need to push yourself, you know? It's a part of growing. True. You just need to push yourself.
Just got to push it. Just got to make shit happen.
Growth over comfort.
I agree. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't fucking agree more.
Yeah. Thank you, Irina, for the question. Do you have any other questions or...
No, I think that's it. Thanks.
Rena, you look super adorable. Let's hang out soon.
Yeah, you do.
Thank
You
you.
look like a baddie.
We can hang out
You haven't
this week.
slept, haven't you?
Sorry?
You haven't slept?
No, not tonight.
Oh shit! What are you doing?
You're in the same
Whoa.
sleep schedule as us.
Look at my page. I've been car obsessed the whole night.
You're what?
I've been car obsessed the whole night.
Oh yeah, no, I saw your story. You're just up all night.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll kick it. Okay, let's hang out this week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, John.
Talk to you
See you
soon.
later.
Bye.
Someone actually asked a really good question. There's someone asking about toxic relationships, and he's asking, what should someone do if someone's forcing you to be in a toxic relationship? You know what's crazy? I mean, Matt, what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do if someone's forcing you to be in a
I
toxic
don't have a lot of
relationship?
experience in relationships as much as you. Maybe you should.
All right.
Share
There's a
yours.
million ways you can handle that. You could cheat. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, seriously though, guys, like no one's ever forcing you to be in a toxic relationship. It could feel that way, however, because think about this, right? If you're spending all your time with that person, you almost get emotionally manipulated and you get like backed into a corner. It just feels like you're stuck in this dynamic, especially if you're living with the person. Like I lived with my ex-girlfriend. Matt, you lived with your ex-girlfriend / girlfriend or whatever. I don't know where you're at right now. Like what the fuck? But whatever it is, when you're living with a girlfriend, especially, or a partner, or a dating partner, shit, you're fucked. I remember a year ago living in Mexico with my ex-girlfriend, and she was a bit abusive. She was like abusive with me, dude. This bitch was fucking psycho. Like she would get mad and like try to fucking hit me and shit. I literally was like, don't fucking put your hands on me. Put all my shit, put it into a bag, jumped in a taxi, went to the airport and just flew out. I just fucking ditched her. I literally left this chick. This girl put her fucking hands on me. My girlfriend put her fucking hands on me, and I literally left her in a foreign city. She put her hands on me. I'm like, bye. I left the country. Adios, amigo. Okay?
Yeah.
Peace the fuck out.
I think that's really good. Like if you just like move to somewhere really far that you physically
just
cannot.
Got the fuck out of there. I literally
Yeah.
just left the country. Because like, dude, it was fucking crazy. This girl was like trying to come at me and put her hands on me. She wanted me like buy her an iPhone or something.
Yeah.
Like that was like some next level toxic relationship shit. It wasn't like that in the beginning. All of a sudden, she's like living with me. You know, things are getting more serious. She just demands I buy her an iPhone. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not buying an iPhone. She started coming at me. She started like physically trying to like find reasons to be mad at me and try to like fight me because I wouldn't buy her an iPhone. I packed up all my shit and I fucking left. I left her in the city.
Shit, crazy.
With nothing. I'm just like, peace out, goodbye, block, adios. A lot of people don't realize you can just block the person. Like, just if someone fucking puts you in a position like that, block them, drop them, cut them the fuck out, and never talk to them again. Okay? I literally just moved countries. I literally moved countries to get rid of my toxic ex-girlfriend.
I think another reason why people get stuck in there because they don't realize that they have options.
Yeah,
You know?
they become like a slave of their own mind. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are what we call a slave of their own mind. They're a slave to their own reality.
You just gotta leave. That's the best way to do.
You gotta get the fuck out of there.
Get the fuck out.
Just get the fuck out of there, dude. So we actually got another couple questions. We actually got a couple of really good questions. How do you deal with jealousy and trust issues? How do you know if a girl's cheating, using vanish mode in messages, etc.? So how do you deal with jealousy and trust issues, Matt?
In myself or in the person I'm talking to?
Like in relationships.
In relationships?
In relationship dynamics.
Well, when I get jealous, I try to like get that jealousy out of my system. And usually when you feel jealous, you usually feel needy. And how do you get rid of neediness is to be in abundance. So I just go out, make my life really good so that I don't think about that stuff. It's all about your focus. If you're focused too much on the relationship, too focused on what your partner's doing, then you just get overwhelmed. But if you're focused on something else, if you're focused on yourself, your growth, your health, your business, getting your money up, if you're a single guy, getting more girls, that puts you in a better headspace to not feel jealous. And when it comes to trust issues, I don't know, just being honest with the person you're dealing with. You just ask them.
So it's interesting about getting jealous and trust issues because the issue a lot of guys have is if they don't feel comfortable themselves, how the fuck are they ever going to feel comfortable in a relationship dynamic? If you don't feel comfortable with yourself, how are you ever going to feel like you trust your partner? Now, if your girl's giving you reasons not to trust you, like, great example. A few years ago, I was in a very serious relationship, you know, really into this girl. I literally moved to this girl's country and moved in their fucking parents. As insane as it is, that was where I was at. I moved to a third world country and moved in with the girl's parents and her. Okay. And then I look at her Instagram. There's some fucking dude commenting hearts on her pictures. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Now, you guys see it from both perspectives. It's a random dude simping on her pictures. But it's like, if I really got to the root cause, it was like, it was a dude she knew. And so I was like, what the fuck? Right. So part of it is you kind of just got to trust your partner. The other part of it is you got to fucking like dig deep and use your intuition to feel whether or not this person is telling you the truth. You got to feel whether or not this person is actually telling you the truth.
Yeah. So, because sometimes it's just your own insecurities talking.
A lot of times it's your own insecurities talking. A lot of times.
It's your own issues.
A lot of times
your partner just doesn't do anything.
Sometimes your partner's cheating on you too.
Yeah.
Right? So like, and this is so fucked up. I don't recommend anybody do this, but I'm going to give you the advice anyway. What you could hypothetically do is while your girl's sleeping, if you're in a serious relationship dynamic, while she's sleeping, kind of go through her phone a little bit. Now, is that toxic? Yes. Is it a viable strategy to figure out if your girl's cheating on you? Absolutely. You go through her phone, you see the DMs on her Instagram, see DMs on her messages, check the DMs between her and her best friends, check her deleted folder in her photos. Check the deleted folders, the deleted photos in her folders. If your girl's getting dick pics, sexting a dude, taking screenshots of it, she'll be deleting those texts and it'll be in her deleted folders, in her photos. You will find some crazy I guarantee you will find some crazy shit in there. And if you don't find anything in there, you found yourself a winner. My main chick, I can't find anything on her fucking phone. I tried. All I could find on her phone is like work stuff and her texting her cousin. You know what I'm saying? And her texting like two of her best girlfriends. And it's like, and just her texting me. It's like, I'm like the only dude she's texting. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to make it easy. Like I was trying to figure out a way, like a reason to drop her and cut her off, but I couldn't. You know what I mean? I couldn't find a reason to dump this chick. So I'm like, fuck, I'm stuck with her. You know what I mean? Craziness. But yeah, how do you deal with jealousy and trust issues? Here's another way you deal with jealousy is abundance. Let's say you're dating a girl and it's not that serious and like you're just fuck buddies or whatever, but you're still jealous. Well, go date 10 other girls who look just like her or hotter or better, or you have a better relationship dynamic with. You don't feel jealous anymore.
Like, how would you feel if, say, you feel jealous with a girl, but like 10 other girls are texting you? Like, there's no way you can get jealous, dude.
How would you feel if you felt jealous of a girl, but then you have a fivesome with 4 hot girls? you probably wouldn't feel that jealous anymore, straight up.
No,
it's like trying to get over your ex.
True.
You're trying to get over your ex, and you just like. On the contrary, it's like I remember coming through a breakup, and I hooked up with like so many. I went full savage mode. I became the biggest man slut you'd ever want to meet, in order to get over my ex-girlfriend, and it took me like 2 years to get over her still. So like, there's that. It could take a long time to get over a dating partner. It could take a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's jealousy is a dangerous game. It's honestly something you got to practice. Practice makes perfect.
And it's okay to feel jealous too. It's natural human instinct to feel jealous. Like even monkeys get jealous, Yeah. So
dude, dogs get jealous.
Be nice to yourself if you ever get jealous. Just do the strategies that we tell you to do in order to fix it. Just
like fuck mad bitches.
Fuck mad bitches. That's literally the solution.
We're joking. But
what if you're a girl though?
So if you're a girl getting jealous,
I don't know. Like I feel like it's a different.
It's a whole different ballgame, dude. Whole different ballgame. Because here's the thing, right? If your woman's getting jealous, it's similar but it's different. Because like there's this concept: a woman rather share an alpha than be stuck with a beta.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like you kind of just gotta accept it.
Yeah.
That's my advice as a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like just accept it. Just accept that he's being a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Because if you try to change him, you're gonna lose him.
Yeah.
Try to change him
for a guy and the girl that I'm talking to is jealous, I feel like it's a good thing. Like I think it's a good thing. That means like I've hooked this person.
If you're making her jealous,
I'm not consciously making her jealous.
No, but like if you're like unconsciously whoops and making you jealous, yeah, she's hooked on you for sure.
Yeah. What's that book called? Rational Male talks about
spitting plates, whatnot.
Spitting plates, and they have this like competitive kind of like she'll like fuck you better and shit if she's jealous. she'll be more competitive.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. So, yeah, you know what? Getting girls to get competitive is one of the number one ways to kill it in your dating life. Like, making girls competitive. Using jealousy as a tool to enhance her dating life. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. But you don't want to be the guy that's getting used, that is falling into the girl making you jealous in order to benefit her dating life. I know. I find dating very similar to like, this is kind of fucked up. I find it very similar to like, almost like war strategies, which is fucking nuts.
Uh-huh.
But like, if you really break it down, a lot of times dating can just be fucking crazy, dude. It's its own little fucking universe. It's its own ball game. You know what I mean? Like half the time the rules go out the window. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta use the right strategies in order to live the dating life you actually want to have.
And having things going on in your life too.
Say again?
Having things going on in your life. If you're a busy person, you don't have time to be jealous. If you're hustling your ass, if you're a guy and you're hustling your ass off, making lots of money, like setting up lots of business meetings, getting on lots of sales calls, you don't have time to be jealous or like going on trips, you know?
It's true.
It's like the girl will be the one who's jealous, you know? It's always like in every relationship, someone always has like the power. Someone always has more power over the other person.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And honestly, I'd rather be you.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
It's better. It's better
if
that you're the one winning. Like outright, it's better you're the one winning. You know what I'm saying? Rather than like the girl having power over you versus you having the power of the girl. So take whatever advice that you're taking from this, but it's like there's always someone reacting to the other person more. Someone is usually at the cause and someone is usually at the effect. So what that means is you want to be the one at the cause. You want to be the one in control of the dynamic of the relationship and leading it in the directions you want it to be.
I mean, ultimately, if you're in a committed relationship, you want to start seeing it as a win-win, you know? But as a man, I think a default place to be is you be the one in control.
I agree with that.
Well, Justin, I have a question for you.
What's the question?
Why is it so easy for you to bring girls home?
It's a great question. Why is it so easy for me to bring girls home? So are you asking me why do I find it easy to bring girls home, or why do girls, like for example tonight, Justin, I call him at like 2 a.m. No, you call me at 5 a.m.
Oh, sorry. Is it
you call me at 5 in the fucking morning.
Okay, it felt like 2. So I call him at 5 o'clock in the morning saying he just woke up and he's like, bro, what the fuck? 8 girls are spamming my phone all night saying, where the fuck are you? Because
so I was supposed to go to the club. I was supposed to go to the club for 10:30 p.m. I was supposed to be at the venue, outside the venue, with a bunch of girls. I sent a bunch of girls there too. And here's the kicker, okay? I looked at my buddy's stories. There's a shit ton of girls who I know and I'm friends with. Tons of girls there who I'm really good friends with, I know, party with, or I've hooked up with at the club, partying, having a great fucking time, okay? And then there's a bunch of girls who showed up, who went in, who didn't even message me. And then there's 8 other girls who I didn't message, who I haven't even talked to in weeks or whatever, messaging me being like, hey, where are you? Let's hang out. What are you doing tonight? Like all these other girls, and it's not even like one girl, it's like groups of girls. It's like, hey, me and my friend Sabrina are looking for you. Where are you? What are you doing tonight? And I'm like, oh shit. All right. So I was sleeping because I was feeling under the weather and I was resting up. Okay. And so I didn't really want to go out and, overexert myself. If I had to break down why girls just want to hang out with me, or why, like over the last 2 months, dude, I cannot tell you how many people or how many girls have been in my house. Just parties, adventures, craziness, intimacy, all kinds of crazy shit. And I think the reason for that probably is because I'm really good at making people feel comfortable around me. But a bigger reason is I've done fucking game for fucking almost 10 years. I've done game for 10 years. I've developed this skill of making people feel comfortable and safe and respected. And I'm also very nice. I think I'm just a very nice guy. Very respectful, nice to everybody.
And they trust you.
And they trust you, right? There's this saying, when people like you, they will trust you. When people trust you, they'll do business with you. But I find that's like an old school business principle, right? When people like you, they trust you, and when people trust you, they come home with you. And I remember thinking about it recently. Do you remember Alfredo's birthday, my roommate's birthday, when we're just like, you're like, Justin, I feel like we just collect hoes. And I'm like, kind of do it. So we're just collecting them, like bring them to the party or whatever the fuck we're doing. We're just surrounded with like an entourage of beautiful girls.
Yeah. We started off with 3 girls on our walk from your place. Actually, we started with none. And then we picked up 3 girls in some corner. We picked up more girls in the next corner. And by the time we reached the club, we had about 8 girls?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Dude,
yeah.
that was fucking
the one-headed Mr. Wolf, dude. Yeah, we literally started off with 3 girls, and we were walking down the street.
Because we didn't want to show up just us.
You guys, this is a really funny story. So this is actually a few weeks ago. We were going to go to a club on a Wednesday night. And so we have a rule. We never want to show up to the club empty-handed. We never want to show up without girls. And so we met up with 3 girls that Matt knew. I called up a girl who I knew was going to come. We're walking down the street. You bump into another couple girls we know. I think I chat up some random fucking girl on the way. We're like, hey, come to the club with us. And so we ended up getting to the club, and we're with 8 fucking chicks. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? When we left the house, we were with no girls. We left my house. There was 0 girls with us. Now we're with 8 chicks at the club. What the fuck just happened in the last 25 minutes? On a Wednesday night. On a Wednesday night where it's dead as fuck.
Yeah, it was dead as fuck.
And I'm like, what?
And then I went up to you to be like, yo, I feel like we're collecting girls.
Girls just want to have fun, bro. Girls just want to have fun, right? And so you gotta be the guy who's making things happen, creating fun experiences. Remember back in the day, we were at the beach and we filmed that video, Bringing the Party?
Yeah.
You gotta bring the party. I made this really cringy video, probably around 7 years ago, called Bring the Party. Then there was this huge YouTuber named Bearing who made a roast. Do you remember that dude? He made a roast video roasting me. He just kept being like, yo, just gonna bring the party. But the whole concept, we stuck with that concept. It's just you want to bring the fucking party anywhere you fucking go. The energy, the vibe, the emotions, the experience, and create value for others through whatever it is you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Right?
And having girls attracts more girls too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a ripple effect.
It's weird. It's like Pokemon. The more girls you get, the more girls you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having a level 5 Pokemon, you could, if you have 10 level 5 Pokemons, you can catch a level 10 Pokemon. You know what I mean? If you have a bunch of pretty girls around you, it's like the rich gets richer. It's you just get to bring so many more girls because other girls look at you and they're like, whoa, this fucking guy is so comfortable around all these pretty girls, but all these pretty girls are so comfortable around him that these girls are just more likely to hang out with you. These girls are more likely to kick it with you. These girls are more likely to spend more time hanging out with you.
Social proof, yeah.
It's social proof. It's pre-selection, right? You've been pre-selected by a bunch of pretty girls. That makes other girls want to hang out with you, right? And so when girls, think of this. If you go out with one girl, you could pick up another girl. If you go out with 2 girls, you can pick up another 2 girls. If you go out with 5 girls, you could pick up another 5 girls. And so when I throw parties at clubs, I am already bringing 80 to 100 girls a weekend. I literally I've had weekends I bring out 100, 200 girls. I've had nights where me and my buddy Lucas brought out 250 chicks to the fucking club, right? How easy is it when I do that? How easy is it for me to go walk around the club, trap other fucking girls, and bring them to my fucking table? How difficult is it or easy is it for me to walk around the club and chat random bitches and bring them to my fucking table, and then they see, oh, this guy already has 100 other girls. He's a man of abundance, and now they're so intrigued by me. Now they're down to give me their Instagram. Now they're down to hang out at the next party, the next event, whatever the fucking next thing we're doing is. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm following 2,000 fucking hot chicks on Instagram. Most of them I haven't even messaged or followed up with because I just have too many girls to even fucking balance. You know what I'm saying? You
just gotta bring the party.
Goddamn, bring the party.
Bring the party.
Matt, side note, I have 2,000 girls on Instagram. We should have no problem throwing parties the next 2 weeks.
Let's do it.
So all that being said, guys, it's the rich get richer, and the more girls you get, the more results you get. And this is how you kind of naturally become the party guy. It's because you're the party guy now. Everyone wants to hang out with you. You're the cool fucking fun party guy that everyone wants to be around.
Yeah, and you're coming from a place of offering value. That's always it. What makes us different from most guys, from the average guy, is we don't want anything from them.
Yeah.
We literally
don't get me wrong. If she sucks my left nutsack, like, I'm not complaining.
I don't want that. I want both. But coming from a place of offering value, like those girls that we're walking with, we just know that we know where the best party's at that night. And they're going to some just random bar. Yeah,
they're just at some shitty little rinky-dink venue. We're like, fuck that, ditch that, come do what we're doing instead because it's more fun. And yeah, we're literally not trying to take any value. Like, all jokes aside, we're not trying to take any value.
We didn't need them to come. No, we straight up did not need them to come. We didn't need them to come.
We don't need to hook up. We don't need anything from them.
Yeah.
All we need is good vibes.
We just want good vibes.
You know what's crazy? Women are so intuitive. Women are the most social creatures in the planet. Like, I don't know what they're like. Think about this. The average woman is getting hit on since the time they fucking grow tits. So, like, from the time they're in, elementary school, they're getting hit on by creepy old fucking dudes. They need to develop an instinct, a female instinct of being intuitive and being socially aware and being socially intelligent, right? And what that means is now, in their adulthood, they're just so fucking good at reading people. So they can size you up in a second, and if they could see this guy's offering value instead of taking value, they want to tag along. They want to be part of whatever it is you're doing. They just want to tag along and be part of whatever it is you're doing as long as you're doing something cool.
Mm-hmm.
So offer value, do some cool shit, and they'll come fucking tag along.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't bring any guys.
And yeah, that's another trick actually is have a really good ratio of girls to guys. Like, the higher your ratio of anything, like if you're going to the fucking movies, if you're going out to dinner, if you're going to have a lunch, if you're going to a party, if you're going to the club, if you're going on a date, do a group date with you and 10 girls. It's instead of just go on a date with one girl one-on-one, just go to a restaurant or dinner with you and 10 chicks. You know
10 chicks you've already hooked up with.
You want to really impress a girl, dude?
Not all the time, bro.
Dude, you really want to, me too. You really want to impress a fucking chick? Bring out 5 other girls you ever had sex with on that date.
Yeah.
She's going to look at you and be like, holy shit, you're a boss. All these girls are going to be treating you with the utmost respect. She'll be able to feel your abundance. She'll be able to see, wow, all these girls are so nice to this guy. I must be on my best behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
A guy who does that very well is Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, Dan Bilzerian does that
really well. He would literally take 30 girls that he's hooked up with to an island. And apparently the girls will get so depressed because they all want Dan's attention.
It's trippy, right?
Yeah, but in that environment, it's he's the boss.
Yeah, he's the one running the show. He's the one running the fucking show, right? And it's at that point, it's you're paying less attention to the girls too, and it makes them almost competitive.
Yeah.
And back to what we were talking about jealousy, is it makes them fight over your attention. They start wanting to fight for your attention and for your approval.
Yeah, and they give you less shit tests.
They won't even shit test you.
They won't shit test you.
They won't even shit test you.
When there's 10 girls that want your attention, they're not going to be bitchy. They're not going to give you any shit. They're not going to be rude.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Why would they?
It's very different to a situation where you're hanging out with just a girl one-on-one.
Yeah, I can't really it just wouldn't really make sense for a woman to shit test you if you're with 12 other girls, because now she's gonna lose opportunity with you.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop paying attention to her outright, and then it's just she's just not gonna want to fucking, she doesn't want that pressure on her, right? She doesn't want that feeling of oh wow, I just pissed this guy off and now he doesn't want my attention.
Mm-hmm. Why is it so easy for you to get girls back to your place? Because you have a penthouse.
I don't think it's it though, but it does get girls over crazy.
Help.
It helps for sure.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because what? You're gonna ask your girl to come back to your apartment?
Dude, I used to do it all the time. A Queens Key condo. I would even say I used to get girls over easier at the Queens Key condo than I do at my penthouse.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
I used to fuck more girls at the Queens Key condo.
Why?
Down. Come to my Lakeside condo next to CN Tower. Come to my Lakeside condo that's literally what I'd say.
Next to the CN Tower.
Come to my Lakeside condo next to the CN Tower.
Yeah, but I guess you're building it up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make your sound.
Bro,
even this place, we say my studio, right?
The studio's so
come to
sick,
the studio. But in reality, it's a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it is a studio, though.
Bro, my place is a 2-bedroom apartment. What's the difference? Or it's a penthouse. You know what I mean?
It's a penthouse.
It's all about the framing, the marketing, the setup.
Can I say this is a penthouse?
Like that's the thing though. You can't say it's the penthouse.
So palpable.
Yeah, if it had like a higher floor and a nice view, or if it was top floor, you could say it's a penthouse.
Yeah.
Technically, all this has to be is on the top floor, and it's a penthouse. You know what I mean?
True. Get a penthouse.
If it's the 10th floor, just become a penthouse. Yo, guys, ask us anything in the comments down below. We got this Ram doing the live, but I can't hear you, so I'm gonna have to ask you to exit the live. What the fuck? Why is this guy in the live and he's not saying anything and I can't hear anything?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up, buddy?
Appreciate
How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing all right.
Doing great.
I just want to say thank you for everything, how you are, bro. You're such an inspiration.
Hey, cheers, buddy. Appreciate that.
I'm going to get straight to the point. My life used to be great, bro. It should be great.
Oh, there's two people on live.
I just fell into depression, bro. Like I don't believe in myself no more, bro. Like I lost my car. Like I know it sounds like bullshit. Like I should just get off like start doing a pity party, but it's like I don't even give a fuck anymore, and I want to, but I can't.
I know exactly what you're saying, bro. Trust me. You know what's crazy? I've been there. I've been there many times this year. Okay, I've had my best year in business, hands down. My best year financially, and I've been there, dude. You know what's crazy, man? Your mental health as a human being is so easily affected. So what's crazy is even though you feel stuck, it's not that it's impossible to get out of it, but when you're in there, it can feel like it's impossible to get out of it, right? So yeah, like you lost your car for whatever reason, your life just went to shit for whatever reason. Now, you have two options here. It's like you could either accept it and accept the reality for what it is and, start making moves to get out of there, or you can just cry. You could just fucking cry, okay? I have tons of fucked up stories related. Okay. Last year I had a fucking media scandal. I had an international media scandal in Latin America and it destroyed my business, my livelihood. And I had to move back home and start everything from scratch. Right now I didn't cry, but I was kind of depressed for a few weeks. But after a few weeks, I'm just like, all right, time to fucking, pull myself up by my bootstraps and make shit fucking happen. Now, here's the issue, right? With depression is it can actually become addictive. Right? You can get addicted to the emotions. So it's almost like at some point, you don't need to be sad anymore, but you're just fucking addicted to feeling that way. And it almost creates this weird feedback loop because you start fucking just feeling more and more depressed. You start feeling more like just like sad and it starts almost feeling good. It almost feels comforting to feel sad at times. Have you ever felt that way?
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever felt like it almost feels good to just like sit at home and do nothing and just be sad and not take action towards your life and whatever the fuck your reasons are, whatever the fuck your excuses are, you're just like, you're just there.
Yeah.
You got to start changing shit up. You got to change shit up quick. You got to change up your environment. You got to change up the people around you. You got to change up your mindset. You got to change up your daily habits if you truly do want to pull yourself out there. Because logically, on a logical level, you shouldn't be there, but on an emotional level, on a deeper level, almost on like a spiritual level, it almost feels like you deserve to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's like, you really need to start changing shit the fuck up in order to pull yourself out there. Otherwise, you might spend the next 6 to 12 months stuck.
I don't want to be like that.
Can you imagine spending the next 6 to 12 months in the exact same position you're in right now?
Yeah. And I can't, and it's like I know that it's greatness, but it's like I just watch I watch your videos, but I just watch you in general because honestly, I got kids and stuff, and like I want my life to be dedicated to them, but it's like I have a lot going on, so it's like I'm really a provider for not just them, but lots of people that I'm doing my best. And anyways, I just know it's greatness on the other side. I know it, but it's like, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of scary. It's scary as fuck.
Dude, life's a fucking trip, man. You know what I've realized? And here's something I've actually, this is like one of the biggest epiphanies I ever fucking had in my life. It's like a lot of people look at my content for like guidance, perspective, and fucking, I guess you could say like to see like the light at the end of the tunnel. And bro, let me tell you something. It is there. It is there. But what's crazy is like nobody's an authority over you. And here's the thing. I've met people who I look up to. I look at their content like they know what the fuck's going on. And they look at me like, Justin, I don't know what the fuck's going on. They're like, what's insane about this is like, literally, it's like, there's no fucking answer I or anybody could give to you in order for you to be able to just figure shit out and pull your head out of your ass and make shit fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of just got to make shit happen like on your own. You got to just fucking like put yourself in a position where you have no other choice. So you're saying you have kids, make your fucking kids your motivation to hustle and grind. Make your children your motivation to fucking hustle like a motherfucker and get out of whatever shitty situation you're in, get rich, and fucking live a life of abundance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you. I like I said,
it's all about the reframe. It's all about the reframe. You know, like shitty things happen all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? It's really your mindset, the way you perceive reality to be, and the way you handle the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, look, things suck right now. Get out of that situation. Whatever you gotta do, dude, take some fucking shrooms. Seriously, go take psilocybin mushrooms and go fucking have a hallucinogenic experience, and then go like fucking like decompress and figure out whatever the fuck answers you need to go figure it out. But you need to go seek out those answers, figure them out, and get your life back on track instead of sitting around and crying like a little bitch because you have kids to feed and you got a fucking life to take fucking action on.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can I add something?
Yeah, add whatever you want, Matt.
So
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
What's your name, man?
Me?
What's your name?
My real name is Khalil, man.
Khalil. Thanks for the question. I really like that. I'll just personally share what I like to do with if I ever am stuck in a situation kind of like yours, is I just ask myself one question. Where am I? Sorry, I guess there's two questions. Where am I at right now and where do I want to be? And I figured those two questions out. And once I know exactly where I'm at and where I want to be, let's say you do know where you want to be financially, in your relationships, in your goals, in your career, you just find somebody who is getting the results that you want, figure out what they're doing, and you do the exact same thing they're doing, and you just do that. It's just as simple as that when it comes to strategies. If you want to do what Justin's doing, if you want to do whoever your role model is doing, find a way to either get around them or read books about them, and you just do exactly that. It's like very simple advice. You probably already know it, but not a lot of people do it. But I do it with myself. Right now I'm a photographer, and I can confidently say I'm successful in my career, and I just figure out what exactly the top photographers are doing, and I just do exactly what they're doing. And that's how I got to where I'm at right now. And same with girls, like getting good with girls. I just found a way to hang out with the best of the best. I do exactly what they're doing. And eventually I just got there. You know, it's a very simple formula. You don't have to be emotional about it and be like, oh, cool, like I can't like do it. Well, no, it's just like you just do something and it creates a result. You know, it's just cause and effect.
And like back to what we're talking about, like, you know, being depression. Like, it's such a fucking real thing. Because like, dude, depression is something I struggled with my whole life since I was like 10 years old. I've been struggling with depression for the last 20 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? But use that as a motivator instead of staying in the shit. Use it to motivate you to get the results you want to achieve. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can turn it from a hindrance into a way for you to achieve exactly everything you could ever want out of life. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. I know I got you. Like, I'm also getting like inspired too. Like just talking to you. Like I said, I found you through someone else, and like it's like kind of surreal talking to you right now. So it's like, cause I got to the point where like I've been doing so much for like other people and stuff and take care of my kids, and I felt like I've been misunderstood, and it kind of discouraged me. And then like watching you and then actually talking to you right now, it's like, damn, it's like I'm really talking to somebody that's like where I like he's on that level where I want to be.
Yeah, that's what it is too. Is hang around people. It's just the people that you surround yourself.
Yeah, here's the best advice I can give to you. Okay, so it's like you're talking to me right now, right? I'm just a fucking dude. How many guys out there are absolutely killing it in life, but they're just they don't see themselves as that. They're just a fucking guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My roommate makes an insane amount of fucking money. He has a crazy personality, crazy lifestyle, great fucking dude, right? He literally is like a celebrity, but nobody knows who he is. That's the best way I can describe him. Is like he's got that God energy of like he could be a celebrity. He's like a fucking millionaire. He's so successful, but nobody knows who the fuck he is. He's like virtually a nobody to the public. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Go find people like that. Go find people out there who are exactly where you want to be in life, who are exactly where you want to be. They're having the dating life you want to have, this career success you want to have. They're having the free time that you want to have. Copy everything they do. Figure out all their little habits, every little fucking habit. Copy everything. Implement it into your own life and watch your life completely transform. 2 years from now, you'll be in a very different place. You won't be depressed anymore. If you're telling me right now you had $1 million fucking dollars in your bank account, if you opened your fucking checkings account, Bank of America, whatever the fuck, right? And you had $1.5 million sitting around there, you have all your free time, you have a business pulling in $100K a month, you have like 8 different girls who want to come over and hook up with you that night, you got a main chick who's ride or die as fuck. Are you telling me you'd be feeling depressed right now? Here's the fucked up thing is you can have all those things and still feel fucking depressed. And at that point, you got to figure out what the underlying issue is.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like I said, like it's like I know it's a lot I haven't seen. Like I haven't done. I got 2 kids, and it's like that means nothing. But it's like I don't really care about money. Like I literally don't care about money. My car got towed yesterday, and I didn't give a fuck. Like
so what are you looking for that will help you overcome your depression and find that inner fulfillment? What is it? What is it? I'm asking you a question. I'm going to ask you a philosophical fucking, rhetorical question. I'm asking you right now, what is it? Think about it logically. Everybody knows what it is that will make them feel deeply fulfilled. And either you know it logically or you know it emotionally. What do you think it is?
I just want to make people feel good, bro. I do music. Like, I'm good at a lot of things. I'm good at a lot. But I just know I just want to make people feel good. And I don't like if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as far as like for instance, I want people to know me just as much as they know the bigger celebrities. Like I want to make everybody come together how other celebrities do. Like, and I don't even really want the celebrity status. I just want to bring everybody together.
So you want the impact. You want to feel fulfilled off the impact you're creating in society, essentially.
Yeah.
So figure out what you're passionate about and start. Why do you think I'm starting a podcast? I have almost 100,000 followers on fucking YouTube, and I'm starting a brand new podcast from scratch. I'm spending money on a brand new business from fucking scratch. Look at this production studio. Why would I ask Matt Levine, a friend of mine who most people don't know who the fuck Matt Levine is, right? On my social media channels. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. So some people watch some of my OG content from way back in the day that maybe some of them recognize Matt. Why would I ask Matt, hey Matt, let's do this fucking podcast together, right? Because it's that same fucking reason. Knowing I can hit people on a deeper level and impact even more fucking people than I already have. And I'm getting 500,000 views per month on YouTube and social media, right? Does it make sense? So it's the same fucking thing. It's like trying to hit it home even further, right? So you obviously know what you want to achieve. So now just shut the fuck up and go fucking do it. Cut your excuses and go fucking do it. If you're saying you want to make music, you want to bring people together, whatever it is, go fucking do it. Stop making excuses and go make it happen.
Right.
Okay?
I appreciate you, man.
All right, bro. Much love, man. Good chatting with you, bro. You have a nice day.
Love. Yeah.
Hope you figure it out. That was great.
Yeah, it was really good. You killed it. I actually want to add one more thing.
Yeah,
if he's still on live.
He's off the live, but he can add it. I'm sure he's still here.
Yeah, but what I wanted to add is also perspective, right? I feel like humans, we inherently just don't feel enough as a default. And sometimes we need to take a step back and be grateful of whatever the situation we're in. Because even me, every time I feel dissatisfied and unhappy, I would look back 6 months ago. I'm exactly where I wanted to be 6 months ago or a year ago and a couple of years ago. And sometimes I just like forget all that, because humans, I feel like, are like, we think about the future a lot and like where I want to go. And sometimes you just need to take a step back and just like appreciate what you already have and just be grateful.
Yeah, just appreciating where you're at, realizing, the whole concept of like being exactly where you want to be 6 months ago. Because like I totally resonate with that. Like the past couple months have been better than what I could have hoped it to be 6 months ago. No, I remember setting goals of what kind of like economic results I want to hit in the next few months, or, how much money I want to make, or what kind of dating results I want to have. And, just hitting those fucking goals. Right. And so just realize you are 6 months away from having exactly everything as you want to have. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to be a billionaire in 6 months. If that's your goal, you got to be fucking realistic and get your head out of your ass too. You're not going to be a billionaire in 6 months, right? But if you have like a realistic, tangible goals of, where you can be in 6 months, start working towards them and you'll be there within 6 months. It's not that hard to actually be there. Someone asked Matt, how to blog from introvert and unable to club game to being able to be social and have a great social circle in clubs. So how do you go from, that question didn't make sense, but he's asking essentially, how do you go from being a shy introvert dude with no social skills to being this cool, fun, popular guy, going out and meeting girls, being social, going to the clubs?
That's really interesting, because I really believe I'm an introvert. I really think I'm an introvert. Like I prefer,
talk to the mic.
I prefer being on my own. And sometimes I go to the club and like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just like an introvert like that. But like, I call myself like I'm an introvert, but I know how to talk to people, but that came from years of forcing myself to become an extrovert. Like people see us outside and I feel like people think we're like, like just naturally just like social, but there's a lot of work that we put into it.
Dude, I went out every day for 1,500 days in a row.
Yeah.
So like, you might have heard of the 30-day challenge. If you guys don't know what the 30-day challenge is, it's go out every single day for 30 days to practice dating, soul skills, and practice picking up girls, right? I did that for 1,500 days in a row until COVID hit. I literally did that 1,500 days in a fucking row, and then COVID happened. And it's like, oh,
that's
shit.
Insane.
Isn't that fucked?
I think I did like 9 months. That's the most I've done. Like every single day I went out somewhere.
Yeah, I did that for 1,500 days. In that time, I went to like 30 countries, hung out with like influencers, moved to LA, moved to a bunch of different countries. Did it, dude, that was like 8 different girlfriends. Seriously. Yeah. Insanity.
It's just, we made that decision in the beginning that we want to develop our social skills. And I remember we would have days where we would go out and we'd try to approach 100 people.
Dude, I remember back in 2013, it was New Year's Eve, 2013.
Yeah, and there's one time we had a competition who can approach 100 people.
I remember that. Dude, December 31st, 2013. We went to the Eaton Center. We tried, this is so fucked up. We tried to do 100 approaches that day each. And I hit like 30 and you did hit 100.
I hit 100.
And I was so sad. I remember going home sad that I didn't hit 100 because you won the competition. I felt like a blow a bitch.
Yeah.
But then I ended up hooking up with a girl that night. And I was like, holy shit. Because the social momentum led me into, more intimate experiences.
Yeah, I think I talked to 100 girls, or I think 100 people in general, and I got like 13 numbers or something.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
Right? It was like first few months,
really
doing the whole game stuff.
But like, we were what, teenagers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were teenagers.
I was like 18 years old.
So
like
most people don't see the work that we had to put in order to become the people that we are. Me and you, we can just approach anyone about anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, in any situation, I can talk to anyone. I don't prefer it since I'm a natural introvert, but because I wanted to change my dating life, I wanted to change my social life. Because I came from a place not just shy, but I do remember going to summer school in my high school, and I didn't know anybody in summer school, and I came home on my first day shaking in my living room. My dad came to me and be like, And he told me, like, what's wrong? Why are you shaking? I'm like, I don't know. Like, my hands were literally like this. And I remember going for a run after that. I'm like, I need to change this shit. I cannot feel like this. Being a 16-year-old, like, I wanted to change. And that's really the motivation that I had, to work on myself.
If you don't use it, you lose it. So if you don't practice social skills, you lose your social skills. So go out and practice social skills. Go out, practice cold approach. Go practice dating skills. Go practice your confidence. Go practice your articulation. Go practice everything. It's beautiful.
Yep. So thanks for listening, guys. That was the episode 3 of the Wingman podcast. We'll see you on the next episode. Anything you want to add, Justin?
I would say, guys, make sure to go out and kill it. Make sure to go out and follow me on Instagram, DrunkJustin2. Go follow Matt on Instagram, Matt.Levine. He's the best photographer in Toronto. Fucking legend.
Hope you guys found that entertaining and learned something. And just to recap, just live in abundance. I live every day like it's my last, or at least I try to. Sometimes I forget that concept, but live every day like it's your last, because it could be,
It's true. You never know. Death comes to us all. Make sure to live every day like it's your fucking last. And also, guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, make sure to do that right now. We really do appreciate that. We want to grow this channel into the #1 podcast in the world. We're going to beat the Joe Rogan podcast. We're going to beat
Impulsive.
We're going to beat Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast. We're going to beat everybody. We're going to get 10 billion subscribers within the next...
There's not even 10 billion people, but we're going to get 10
We're
billion
going to get 10 billion subscribers.
People are going to love this podcast so much that create more accounts just so that they can subscribe.
You guys are going to get so much pussy from listening to this that new populations going to be created and they're all going to subscribe.
Will. We do help guys get pussy.
I wonder how many babies have been made directly or indirectly for my content over the last 8 years. Fucking insanity.
How many times?
I've had clients who got girls pregnant and they're having babies. Seriously, straight up.
How many abortions have had happen because of your content?
At least 3. At least three. At least 3. It's got to be at least 3. All jokes aside, I actually know life has been created for my content and for my coaching. So fucking crazy shit. When I think about
this
it.
was fun. This was fun.
Epic. Guys, subscribe. No, don't cut it out. Keep it in. Subscribe. Make sure to smash the thumbs up. Leave a giant thumbs up on this video. And we'll see you guys in a new video. Justin, Marc.
And Matt Levine. Let's go, baby.
We'll see you guys soon.
Till tomorrow.